what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we will be reacting to my favorite matchup, Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer. Woohoo! Yeah. I just want to say, I'm not completely against this matchup because I understand how it's similar, like alien pacifists. That's kind of cool, but why waste it on another Marvel versus DC fight, especially with a character as obscure as these two? And I don't even mind Marvel versus DC fights, but the thing is, they're so clustered together this season, and seasons 8 and 9 only had 2 of them, and they were both in their respective halves. So, yeah. I did like Ant-Man vs. Atom, not like quality of the episode, but like matchup-wise. I did like Ant-Man vs. Atom. I do not like Phoenix vs. Raven because of 2 reasons. One, because Scarlet Witch vs. Zatanna was already on the show. And 2, Ben Singer legitimately thought that Raven would get shit-stomped by Phoenix, which is why they went with Twilight Sparkle in Season 5. And I know that's not the case, because, it's an episode now, but why? But, anyway, yeah, let's get on with it. Because Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer is probably not going to be any different. But hopefully the actual battle's good, but I want something interesting. Maybe once it's to the next time, there might be, like, another interesting sprite battle. Who knows? Okay, so let's get into it. Wait, 23 minutes and 9 seconds. Why is that the longest episode of the first half? Okay, then. Yeah, let's get into it now. I'll turn my volume up. I don't care, Coles, go away. Wait, One Piece is sponsored by this episode? What the fuck? Yo, wait, what?
Sponsored by Netflix's One Piece and Shady Rays.
Wait, it says Netflix's One Piece. So, wait, is it gonna be a movie or... Huh?
Martian Manhunter, DC's Space
Or is it
Ranger.
just sponsoring more seasons of anime?
Marvel's Sentinel of the
Or is it some just cursed, like, live-action anime film?
Beyond our comprehension. But these sage superheroes have seen more of it than any of us could ever hope to.
Yeah, I know already.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Dimitri was boring as shit.
For as long as mankind has looked upon the night sky, the stars have beckoned the brave to search the unknown and explore its endless wonders. Like Dr. Saul Erdell, who's kind of a doctor in the same way Dr. Pepper is a doctor. This guy's got no formal education, but that didn't stop him from messing around with some ancient tech he stumbled upon. He was desperate to live out his boyhood dreams of exploring the cosmos. So with the tech's advanced capabilities, Erdell created a machine that would bring the cosmos to him. He pointed the machine at Mars, pushed a button, and hoped for the best. And it worked! Erdell summoned a real-life Martian right before his very eyes. So remember, kids, when in doubt, just push buttons. Never fails. The mysterious and powerful alien known as John Jones, the Martian Manhunter, immediately started using his incredible powers in front of the Doctor, like mind-reading and shape-shifting. Which was just the tip of Erdell's discovery.
Okay, that's a good way to transition into at least some
over their bodies
abilities.
and can transform into practically anything, like a freaking dragon, an exact duplicate of Wonder Woman down to her central nervous system, or even a totally generic green monster that loves Choco cookies. They can also shoot lasers from their eyes. Fully generic green monster.
That looks literally like Hulk.
Loves Choco cookies. They can also shoot lasers from their eyes, fire psionic blasts, turn invisible, and phase through anything. Even Green Lantern constructs and force fields that Superman couldn't get through. On top of all that, they've got a crazy healing factor. John has regenerated back from a single limb, tiny pieces, or even a puddle of goo. This display of awe-inspiring power overwhelmed Dr. Erdell's poor human heart and caused him to die in the Martian's arms. Dr. Erdell's poor human... This display of awe-inspiring power overwhelmed Dr. Erdell's poor human heart and caused him to die in the Martian's arms.
Damn! Well, at least he accomplished his goal before he bit the red dust, right? Anyway, John used his shape-shifting abilities to hide amongst his new world by assuming the identity of a recently deceased detective named John Jones. God, what a crazy coincidence, comic book writer, you clever man.
Detective John Jones lived a double life on Earth for many years, solving cases and helping as many people as he could from the shadows. But eventually, he stepped out, revealing himself to the world, and helped found the Justice League of America.
And John
people are talking about how like Lex stole like 40 cakes, but I remember rewatching Cable vs. Booster Gold for like writing that segment. He like stole Martian Manhunter's cookies, so you know he's gonna be pissed at that.
Superman wouldn't be the first Kryptonian John has gone toe-to-toe with. He's manhandled Ultraman, who's basically evil Superman from another universe, and Superboy Prime, who can shatter reality with his punches, and is also evil Superman from another universe.
He took a blast from Asmodel, the king angel from a literal army of heaven. He took a blast
with his punches, and is also...
I think that was better edited in Red Hood versus Winter Soldier. Wow, that editing is kind of getting worse as the season goes on. I mean, Guts versus Dimitri was a good edit.
From a literal army of heaven. He's held his own against Darkseid, the manifestation
I feel like this is
of
already
the
past the
DC
preview.
universe,
Was a preview
and he's
that
fast
short?
enough to catch up to Supergirl and Superman, who we know flies so fast he can burst the bonds of infinity. So basically, he's just as strong and just as fast as a bunch of crazy gods and demons.
While Jean's strength and speed are obviously very impressive, it's also no secret that his greatest asset is his mind. He's one of the most powerful telepaths in all of the DC universe.
He reads minds, duh, but he can also shut them down altogether. And he once made Mr. Plexiglass, Mr. Mixed Pickles, fuck your name, whatever. Anyway, he got him.
Wait, what was that?
Pickles,
fuck your... Mix this, what the fuck is that?
Name, that's whatever. Anyway, he got him to stir mixed pickles. Fuck your name, that's whatever. Anyway, he got him to subconsciously say his own name backwards, which God only knows because I can't say it forwards, which canceled out his powers.
His psychic defenses were strong enough to protect the Justice League against a worldwide telepathic attack, and his ability to sense people's feelings is so strong, he can feel every sentient being in the entire galaxy.
And he once out-thought Perpetua from the Omniverse. Who's that, you ask? Oh, just a freaking creator of the entire multiverse.
Yep,
she's basically the god of everything.
Jean needed to connect his consciousness with everyone on Earth before Perpetua could catch up. He pulled this off by using his mental abilities within the span of Planck time. Literally the smallest possible measurement of time. In the time it takes you to count to 1, Jean could count to 1 and fly across the universe and back over 200 sextillion times.
He out-thought God. He's a faster thinker than God. And it didn't end there. John took a punch from her and walked away with just a bloody nose. And when she disintegrated him into basically nothing, he regenerated back from a hit from God.
Batman has said that in order to kill Jean for good, you would have to literally destroy every single atom in his body, one by one.
God damn. If I didn't love alliteration so much, I'd say we change this guy's name to Martian God Hunter or something. He's basically invincible, right?
Not quite. Jean is not without weakness. He has a very real vulnerability to fire. At times, it has completely overwhelmed him to the point where he loses control of his body.
And not just literal fire either. John was once tricked into just thinking he was surrounded by fire, and that was enough for him.
Even still, Jean has been able to overcome this weakness. He's fought enemies with fire abilities and even taken hits from fire attacks, which leads me to believe the weakness
so if I just get a match,
able to cause real physical harm is mainly psychosomatic. What are you doing?
I heard what you said. Weakness to fire is just in your head. I'll be a living god! Another win in the mind column for sure.
Wait, you heard the fire alarm going off, right?
Another win in the mind column for sure. And to think there's a whole planet of these guys out there.
Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. Before Dr. Erdel's strange experiment, Jean's own brother used the Martians' telepathic connection to each other against them, and the entire planet was plagued with Ronmir's curse.
As long as they stayed telepathically connected,
Who's
every
Ronmir?
Martian was vulnerable to a mental fire that would overwhelm them and burn them from the inside out.
Which sadly worked very well, because the fear of fire is something Jean shares with his fellow Martians. Centuries earlier, the Guardians of the Universe, a group of immortal aliens who run the Green Lantern Corps, feared that the Martian race could become too strong. So they programmed the Martians with that genetic weakness to fire.
Yeah, just like how in Avengers, how, like,
cutting off his mental
this
connection
one
to his
Green
people,
Lantern guy
including
died
his
by
family.
sticks.
Unfortunately, his wife, Myria, and their daughter couldn't live with the isolation, and he had no choice but to watch them give in and burn alive.
Damn.
Racked with grief and survivor's guilt, Jean was left to wander his homeworld all alone. His only solace being shape-shifting into his lost loved ones to convince himself they were still alive.
Oh my God! Jesus, John!
What?
That is so sad!
That pain has undoubtedly shaped who Jean is. In fact, the trauma he held onto so tightly formed a literal spiritual connection with those lost souls. A telepathic connection so strong, it kept them from finding peace in an afterlife. Let me say that again. His grief and telepathy were so strong, he prevented an entire race of people from moving on to the afterlife.
Holy
It wasn't
shit.
until years later that John could return to Mars and release those souls by finally letting go. And not to forget them, but to embrace his new life and his new home. A place he would defend time and time again to make sure the Earth never suffers a fate similar to Mars.
To experience all of that, to truly know what it feels like to be alone in the vast universe, but continue to use your wisdom and power to help those in need, is what makes the Martian Manhunter such a noble hero.
On a planet packed with other incredible heroes, John really has set himself apart. He's risen through the ashes and emerged the heart and soul of the Justice League.
Okay, that was actually
This episode
pretty
of Death Battle
good.
is sponsored
Not
by One
amazing,
Piece
but
on Netflix.
wait.
Made by fans for fans, this live-action adaptation
No,
of the beloved
bro,
manga is
why
designed to
another
introduce new
live-action
audiences to the Zen
anime?
pirate epic,
Come
and
on.
where else gifted by Roger Pirates, free on the high True
Wait.
Adventure. This
Holy shit,
action-packed
Doomsticks
series follows
cosplaying
the
Luffy.
Straw Hat
I mean,
Pirates,
Luffy.
a crew of true Nakama determined to find the legendary One Piece and live free on the high seas.
All the while being chased by the honorable Marines, protecting the waterways from those dastardly pirates.
In an ocean of grim and gritty adaptations, One Piece is an adventurous, warm-hearted, binge-worthy island.
Series mangaka Eiichiro Oda was involved in every step of the process, which has never been done before in any other live-action manga adaptation.
Pirates life for me! Marines stink!
Watch One Piece August 31st, only on Netflix.
Well, hopefully it's better than Dragon Ball
Zen
Evolution.
a virtual utopia, free from any and all crime, poverty, and disease.
And home to Norin Rad, which I've gotta say is the sickest, most radical name I have
Norin
ever
Rad,
heard in my
huh?
entire life. He was a brainy kid who was raised to live a life of reason and intellect over one of gnarly adventure.
That is, until the technologically advanced society came under threat from the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus.
So Norin struck up a deal with the World Muncher. In exchange for sparing his planet, Mr. Rad offered to leave his home behind, become Galactus's herald, and seek out new planets for him to scarf down.
And once Galactus agreed to the deal, he imbued his new herald with the power cosmic, transforming him into the Silver Surfer.
Okay, this definitely has the
Equally
better
tubular
ending
name.
of the
2
two.
for 2.
Okay.
Wow, you rarely see it.
The power cosmic
Not
grants
even
the
a
Surfer
contest.
near unlimited energy, as well as matter manipulation,
Seen
phasing,
the
super
Wizard
strength,
of
speed,
Oz
and
1,000
invulnerability, just to
times.
name a few.
The Surfer's basically got all of Galactus' space magic, just on a smaller scale. And Galactus uses that power to fight guys like the
Why does the
In-Betweener,
corner
an
box
abstract
look
being,
so
and
different? Okay.
Galactus uses that power to fight guys like the In-Betweener, an abstract being from
Would
the
that be another
overspace.
way
The
around?
Surfer
Because
used
if
the
he's the
power
first
cosmic
one,
to
he would
serve
have
Galactus
less
diligently
abilities
for nearly
because
100 years, during
as
which
he
he
goes
ensured
on,
that the planets consumed were
don't
devoid
like
of sentient
the
life.
other
That
heralds
is until the
get
Surfer
better.
accidentally offered up a planet with life, which drove him crazy with guilt. So Galactus tried his best to suppress the Surfer's emotions, erase the painful memories, and make it easier for him to find planets with tasty, delicious life, guilt-free. How nice of him.
And it worked for a while until the Surfer reached Earth. Galactus's mighty mind manipulation wasn't enough to bury the Surfer's true nature for good. With the help of Alicia Masters and the Fantastic Four, the Surfer turned against his overlord and saved the Earth from being eaten.
But
what
even
kind
after
of
all that,
video is that?
Galactus
Wait,
just
what is that?
And saved the
That does
Earth
not look
being
like good quality.
But even after all that, Galactus just let the Surfer keep his
that like
powers.
a Windows
At any
like
point, he
one?
could have just taken him back.
Being the source of the Surfer's powers, yes, he could. But Galactus has continued to let the Surfer have the power cosmic out of respect for his first herald.
Damn. See, that's the kind of respect I'm asking from you. Anyway, ever since those mental gymnastics with Galactus, the Surfer made sure nothing like that would ever happen again.
And he's been successful, like when Psycho Man failed to trick the Surfer with his illusions, or when he was briefly trapped in the Supreme Intelligence's mind when it was using the Mind Stone.
With some of those mental threats behind him, he could finally take to the spaceways, kick ass, and monologue about the meaning of life in the universe.
All of which he's quite good at, especially that last one. It's thanks to the abilities afforded to him through all that cosmic energy.
It's seriously crazy. He can rearrange the molecules of anything he wants into anything he wants. He can force you to just feel pain in general, and he can even control elements. Not just earth, wind, and fire, but anything in a boogie wonderland like gravity and the weather.
He's got enough power and energy inside him that he once created an infant star to serve as a new light source in a universe devoid of light.
So just when he needed it, he was able to pop out a baby son? That's convenient.
That's the power cosmic.
I like how he says like the stuff on the
shreds the
panels.
stars with. This thing's basically an extension of himself. He can transform it into a sweet sword or into pure cosmic energy. And if it breaks, he can just form a new one.
On his board, the Surfer has traveled at incalculable speeds on multiple occasions. He can fly faster than Thor, and even once flew so fast he reached the future.
Even without his board, he once broke free from energy shackles that would zap away his power within the next nanosecond. Gnarly, brah. He once outsurfed a wave of universal destruction. He had to surf out of all of existence as it was being torn apart. Now, I've seen some choice waves in my day, but if you ask me, that's one too best for watching on the beach with a brew.
Wait, why is his? No, that's a plot hole. Wait, what? So, he probably has like his shirt off or something. I don't know if you're a surfer and you're supposed to like wear like a wetsuit or something, but you see this, right? He has like white skin there, but red skin there, when it should be red skin there. Or probably not, and I'm just going insane, who knows?
You're hitting it real hard with all this surfing lingo. He's honestly not that kind of guy at all.
Righteously disagree with you, dude. You are carving up my brainwaves into an A-frame swell that I just can't bail. I'm waxed, man, waxed.
The Silver Surfer is a tragic figure who is always weighing his choices through every angle of morality. Like when he set out to destroy the new host of the Star Brand, an energy source that grants his wielders virtually infinite power, capable of wiping out all life on Earth.
The Star Brand seems to choose a new unknowing host at random. Could be a good guy, could be the most evil person to ever exist. But despite that threat, the Surfer spared the new Star Brand once he found out she was carrying a child.
He decided to bear the weight of any potential consequences on his own shoulders, instead of squashing any and all hope that the child would use that power for good.
I get it. He's a righteous dude on a surfboard.
Exactly. And in the Surfer's case, a keen sense of morality also comes with a keen sense of his surroundings in general. He can see enemies even when they're invisible, and can sense incoming threats, to the point where he can sense someone approaching even before they've left their own home.
He can also absorb energy his opponents throw at him.
So,
anything from psionic energy to a freaking star. The Surfer can even
knows
do
what
it
you're
when he's on
thinking?
death's door. Hey, Wiz, what do you think the doorman
Because
on death's door
if you
says?
haven't left your
Probably
home,
like, knock him dead, right?
then he has to know what he's thinking.
Now, it does take a lot to get the Surfer to death's door. He's taken a blast from the Infinity Stones, survived being smashed into pieces, crashed into the Big Bang, and played catch with the star.
He caught it and then threw it right back at that punk Deadpool. I hope you like a big ball of gas in your face, you tool.
Reed Richards, the smartest man alive, has said that the
I was
Surfer
expecting
is probably the most
Deadpool
powerful
like
being in
going
all
and
the
clap
galaxy.
back, but who
And even
knows?
after
Maybe he's
years
just
spent
appearances
drifting
are
through
over.
the galaxy, he's still built strong bonds, like with the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, and with people like Dawn Greenwood.
But somehow, he always ends up alone in space, searching. Searching for answers, searching for beings that need his help, searching for something that could replace the home that he lost all those years ago.
Only to be weighed down by the guilt of his servitude and the pain of his sacrifice, which was ultimately done in vain, because it doesn't seem to matter what the Surfer does. Zenla is destined for destruction. At this point, his home world has been destroyed 4 times over.
Despite it all,
Are they
this
gonna pull
tragic
Jean
hero
Grey?
still manages to take everything in
No.
stride
Okay.
as he surfs the stars and fights tirelessly to preserve every being's right to live.
Yeah, his was definitely like noticeably shorter.
Always Johnny on the spot.
But okay. I might as well predict who's gonna win. I'll watch it again. I'm leaning towards Silver Surfer, but I'm not exactly too sure. Yeah, the comic book stuff has been like crazy. Like, I got Ant-Man vs. Atom wrong, where in hindsight I could have gotten it right because I thought Ant-Man could have won too. I got Phoenix versus Raven right when I was about to like go out the door and I just guessed. So I could do that here too. It's a 50-50 shot. But I'll just rewatch it again since I have the time. Okay, it could be either one, but I'm betting Silver Surfer for the sole reason of he has fire, and also they're both equally matched in power, they're both equally matched in speed. Well, the thing is, Martian Manhunter, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna explain. Martian Manhunter scales to Superman, so, which broke the bonds of infinity, but later in his analysis, he said, by the time you think a second, Martian Manhunter, like, goes around the universe 2 sextillion times or something, meaning his speed does have a limit. They're contradicting themselves with that. And with Silver Surfer's ability to have fire and make people feel pain and or like reverse people's molecules, like he could potentially just blink Martian Manhunter out of existence with that. Yeah, I'm just going with Silver Surfer. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that right or not, but who knows? It's comic books. I'm not going to explain shit that much.
You're back.
I do like this intro, though. It kind of reminds me of Black Adam vs. Apocalypse and how, like, unique it is.
I assumed your journeys would have made you rather familiar with places like this, Northern Rad. Or should I say,
Silver Surfer.
Now, tell me why you have summoned me here.
Enough.
Yeah, that sneak peek, like, really concerned me. Not gonna lie, it was.
Tell me your secrets.
I must end this. There's no use in hiding. I can feel your presence.
Oh shit, that's some good roundabout stuff. So long, Game Martian.
Nothing can best Martian might.
Your will is admirable, but will alone is that only one of us can survive, and we know not why.
I hope you can live with the uncertainty.
Victory comes with no certain satisfaction. I may never know why we were made to fight. If violence is ever truly justified, but perhaps there is something worthy in the battle. Myria. Something beyond my understanding.
That ending was cool, but mainly it was very dull.
Why are we forcing such beautiful souls to
yeah, okay. Well, that was interesting. I wonder what fight is going to be next.
We're too formidable. This side of golf that conquer win.
Oh wait, he kept the red broomstick thing.
The winner is the Silver Surfer. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
I wonder what's the next fight gonna be.
Click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Oh wow, Bill Cipher versus Discord. Wow, who could have seen that? It sounds way too calm for these two, but okay. I'm going to make this joke before anyone else can. I find it really funny that these two of all people are fighting on 9/11. But anyway, yeah, interesting fight. I know Death Battle ranking YouTubers like Biffweed are making a list, like mid-season ranking. So hold on. I'm just gonna say mine. I'm not gonna rank all of them because I don't know them off the top of my head, but my least favorite is either Stitch versus Rocket or this one. Because the thing is, between the two, I think I dislike this fight more than Stitch versus Rocket's fight. I mean, neither of them are bad, but so I'll just explain either of them on why I think they're both contenders for worst of the season so far. So Stitch versus Rocket, you're probably not going to agree with me on, but I mean, Stitch's analysis was really good, but everything else was kind of just okay. But here on the other hand, what was it? The analyses here were like amazing, but the fight was dull, like so dull, like immensely dull. The ending was kind of cool, but like nothing interesting happened. So yeah, best is Vader versus Obito or Guts versus Dimitri. I don't know whether to pick one or the other, but I don't need to elaborate on how good they are. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on 9/11 when I I'm not gonna do reviews on my channel. I'm working on the ranking videos right now, but I'll see you next time when I watch Bill Cipher vs. Discord. So see you.